8 years and 1,000 episodes, your St. Louis champion, Rock Paper Podcast. That's right, Rock Paper Podcast is celebrating with the big show at Off-Broadway, Saturday, July 23rd.
Now watch this action.
With the Maness brothers.
Next time I warn you, it's gonna be with my gun.
Old Capitol Square Dance Club.
My heart's a gold mine, oh landmine. Really hard to tell sometimes.
Samantha Clemons.
Don't give out. The pain's pushed to
Vin Diesel.
We've always partied and we always will.
And Egan's Rats.
Why do we ride feed the addiction? Be a storyteller, be a man on a mission.
This is an all-ages show with tickets at $10 in advance and 14 days show.
Is this fun? This is fun. This is entertainment.
It's the big show at Off-Broadway, Saturday, July 23rd. Brought to you by Friendship Brewing Company, Off-Broadway, and Rock Paper Podcast.
This is sheer brilliance.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast. Thank you for checking out another brand new episode. Today's features Dub Flow. This was a good one. I had really a lot of fun hanging with Dub. We went a little long because we were having such a good time, but we got to talk about what he's been up to as far as the solo stuff, Egan's Rats, and some brand new stuff on the way. We get a little sneak peek at the end of the episode of some stuff some unreleased material he's got coming up. And we got a big old party happening together July 23rd. Rock Paper Podcast, 8th birthday party, 1,000 episodes. And over at Off-Broadway on the 23rd of July, starting at 6 o'clock doors, 7 o'clock music. We got Egan's Rats, Ben Diesel, Samantha Clemons, Old Capitol Square Dance Club, and the Maness brothers. So please join us out there. Tickets right now can be purchased at offbroadwaystl.com, and we would love to see you there. Tickets are only $10. It's an all-ages event, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Join us. Do want to remind you, as always, Rock Paper Podcast is brought to you by Roughneck Beard Company and American Rambler. This summer, maintain your facial hair with Roughneck Beard Company and American Rambler. Roughneck's lightweight beard grooming formulas won't bog you down. And if you do decide to shave it off, do with American Rambler's nourishing and protective pre-shave oils. No matter how you choose to do summertime, Roughneck and American Rambler have you covered. Shop 24/7 at roughneckbeardcompany.com and use my code RPP15 for an exclusive 15% off your purchase. You know, you can also visit them at their Maplewood location right here in St. Louis, Missouri, where you can find all your beard needs, everything to take care of that beard and mustache of yours. Again, at roughneckbeardcompany.com. You can find all your beard oils, beard balms, junk powder, whatever you might need. Find it all there. Shop local here in Maplewood, Missouri, and tell them Shane sent you. Also, a big thank you to my friends at Friendship Brewing Company in Wentzville, Missouri for their continued support. You can stop by and check out their over 25 rotating taps for all your craft beer needs. Also, they've got all kinds of delicious food, some burgers, nachos, pretzels, flatbread, pizzas, salads, all kinds of tasty things. And you can find their full menu and their beer menu and concert calendar at friendshipbrewingcompany.com. On July 22nd, you can see James Birtles out there. July 23rd, Steve Kyle returns. And on July 24th, Sunday, Denver Wade Trent. Again, find it all at friendshipbrewingcompany.com. With all that out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy this brand new episode. What up, Flo?
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
Yo, this is Dub Flow. You're listening to Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Scissors beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats scissors, Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot. Could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey, everybody. Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with Dub Flow.
Yo, yo.
Welcome
yo.
to the show, man. Welcome back.
Scissors beat paper, paper beats rock.
Yeah. If that voice sounds familiar, you've definitely heard him on the intro to this show.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit, it's that guy.
Hey, it's that guy. Yeah, man. I'm pumped. We're here. This kind of been a long time in the making. Obviously, you've been on the show a couple different times with Egan's Rats, but we haven't never done a solo one. So I was like, do we need to make that happen and catch up? So which is cool. I'm glad we're here today, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a big old show coming up that we're both a part of, so that's going to be exciting. And
big show.
Oh yeah, whoa!
I was gonna try, but I was like, no.
Yeah.
Leave that up to the pros.
You know that meme, like the little kid, and he's like leaning back, and it's like. And it's like always like a song, like something, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about, yeah.
It was like, I'll show you, because it's funny, but this is making great radio right off the bat here.
Yeah, it's grade A, man.
Yeah.
Grade A. Top shelf.
It's always good to talk about visuals on the radio.
Yeah. First thing off the bat. Yeah. It was the one I was thinking about.
That's, read that real quick. That's my buddy sent me that. Yeah.
Suiting, man.
All right. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I'll cut all that. All right. Well, so we got a big show. We got some new tunes that you just recently released, and we maybe have some new ones on the way soon.
Yeah.
So a whole lot to talk about. I know. So I kind of always like to start with St. Louis. I know we've been friendly for a long time, but you originally from Atlanta area, right? And then you moved to St. Louis?
Yeah. I moved up here when I was 11.
11? So you, I think that makes you an official...
Yeah, I've spent the majority of my life in St. Louis, for sure, yeah.
But yeah, man, so like, I know a little bit of the story. I know, like, you said you've been influenced by some of the Atlanta hip hop and stuff that was going on there with Outkast and Luda and things, and but you didn't really like.
Man, you listen to those podcasts.
Hey, I'm a fan.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
But you, I guess, like, was it with Antonio and Cypher? Was that like when you first really started like thinking this is something you could do, like start performing out and stuff?
Yeah, that's definitely me and Antonio started performing out just under ATG and Dub Flow. Like, we didn't have a group name, and the dude doing Pops Flyers at the time hated us because he had to put ATG and Dub Flow on everything, just long and annoying. And then once we started Cypher, that's when it really kind of started snowballing for sure. We were doing a lot more shows, a lot more popping, bigger shows and bigger crowds. And
I saw one of those posters popped up recently on somebody, whatever, I think it was ATG maybe or something, but it was like from whatever it was, I don't know how many years ago, but
I think I know which one you're talking about. I think it was like a 2011 one or something.
But it was like Hollow Point Heroes and stuff.
And Sonic Candy, I think.
And I'm like, damn, I bet I was there. I was like, I don't. There's a good chance I was late and maybe missed your set, because a lot of, coming from work and everything else, but kind of thing. But I mean, like Hollow Point, when I saw Hollow Point Heroes, I'm like, there's a real good chance I was at that show, because those are my dudes, and like I went to high school with them, and I went to a bunch of their shows in the early days, and still go to Outrun the Fall shows now that they rebranded. And so anyway, I was just like looking at that, and I was like, damn, I bet there's a good chance we all were in the same room long before I knew
probably
you.
for sure. I think I know exactly which one. I think it was like a Halloween show.
Yeah.
Flyer for Pops. And like I said, I think it was like Hollow Point Heroes, Sonic Candy, and there was like a couple other. It was all rock bands on the bill. We were the only rap group.
Right.
And it was, I think that was even before we even started Cypher. I think it was ATG and Dub Flow on the bill, but we had Larry with us. Like, and if I remember correctly, and it was that hip hop show, man. Yeah, I think we either opened up or we went on really close to the beginning, because we were the only hip hop act on the bill. Like, I don't even still know to this day how we landed that, 'cause back then people weren't booking like that. They weren't doing like genre mixing. And with it being a Halloween show, we all dressed up like Run DMC.
Oh yeah,
like bucket hats and sweatsuits. Fucking, we had a bunch of fake chains and like an inflatable boombox, and I had like a guitar that wasn't plugged in, and we did like a little like rap over Walk This Way. Like,
nice.
Yeah, it was a good show, and we put on a great show that night. Like,
I mean, it's fun. That's one thing I do enjoy about you, and and all these things. It's entertaining, man. Like, no matter what you do, whatever you're doing, coming to the stage. I've seen you host shows in a hot dog outfit, and I've seen you bust out some nunchucks and
very
everything.
notorious for that one.
Yeah, right. All kinds of different things. But you always keep it fresh, and it's always a lot of fun on stage, man. So
yeah. I always try to, man. I always try to come up with new ideas to do something different, and definitely bring like a more of a visual entertainment aspect to the audio entertainment aspect of a show.
Yeah, that's what it's. That's what sets you guys all apart. Is this? It's got to be a visual too, and as much as you're making
it's
great
entertainment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's just just coming to nod your head to whoever's playing on stage or at the bar. Like, we're trying to get your attention for sure. Like, you see some people coming out in hot dog outfits or pirate outfits and shit. Like, probably gonna pay attention. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're like us. Third time this week I seen a hot dog pirate come out onto this damn stage. Sick of it.
Yeah. So things get going. You guys did Cypher for a bit, but let's talk as you're gearing towards solo Dub Flow stuff. I mean, really, we don't have a lot of solo stuff out there. You've got 2 tracks that you put out last year. Mm-hmm. Why do you think it took you so long to start releasing original solo
honestly,
stuff?
man, I made a buzz off of features. You know what I'm saying? And I actually talk about that in a unreleased song that I'm sitting on right now. Some of that new, but man, I made a buzz off of features, man, and it just goes to show you, like, it doesn't matter how much material you crank out. It just matters who you crank it out with and where you crank it out, how you crank it out.
Sure. Because obviously around that same time. You start rocking with Discrepancies when years later, when they're get going, and that's how I think that's when I started first taking notice to what you were doing. You always jump on the stage with them, and I was following those guys around from very early days too, and I think it's funny that, and I've probably talked about it in the past on your episodes, but like I think about like the degrees of separation from Antonio. Like, he's introduced me to you and to Jeff and Larry and like all you guys, like a bunch of people that have now been on. And then
that's how it worked for me too. Antonio introduced me to Larry and Jeff.
Right. So it's just cool that just continuing to discover new talent that way. Also, like even when he put out his Antonio put out a solo record and he had all these features, like you're saying. I started going through, and there's a lot of names I didn't know, but I'm like, man, I dig what they're doing, and started following along, and so.
And if Antonio's cherry picking them to be on his stuff, then they're probably worth listening to.
Right. So that's where same kind of thing. You started building that buzz from those features, and I started really recognizing.
I definitely owe a lot of notoriety to Discrepancies, man, for sure. I'll come out and say it on radio.
Right.
I've played like that time in 2017 when I got to play Point Fest with them, man. Like I had like a dude approach me in the crowd and say him and his like little brother drove from, I think it was like Minnesota or something. It was out west. Like it was a good stretch that they drove to come see this show. And he was like, yeah, man, we were driving here, and me and my little brother here, we were just like, how cool would it be if Dub Flow came on stage with Discrepancies, right? And he's like, and then there you were, man. And I was like, it blew my mind, like a out-of-state person knowing who I am, and wanting to see me at a show furthermore,
Right, man.
It's really cool stuff.
Make a guy feel good.
Yeah, it definitely makes you feel good. And then, like I said, I owe a lot of that notoriety to Discrepancies because, like that's the only way they had ever heard of Dub Flow, or probably, who knows, would have ever heard of Dub Flow,
Yeah. Well, shout out to the Discrepancies. Hopefully,
for sure.
I know as we're recording this, they are in studio recording some new stuff. So
yeah, down in Florida, for sure.
Hopefully we get some new tunes on the way here soon. So can't wait for that. Well, let's talk about, like I said, I was kind of getting towards your own solo stuff, and we'll get into more with the Egan's Rats. But let's start with being that we just celebrated 4th of July. Let's talk Snakes and Sparklers, even though doesn't necessarily have to do with it, but the title, of course,
right.
draws which one of my favorite lines of old Joe Dierte.
Right.
So this is a fun song you dropped last year, and it was cool. I mean, it's one thing I really love about you and Egan's Rats. Like every track you guys put out is like different. It's always something. Right. You never know what you're gonna get. Like
we try to keep the vibes.
Right. This was one I felt like at the time like was something different than what we heard from you. Especially it was just on a solo track, but just like really kind of a mellow groove to it, and and a lot more lyrical. Right. Obviously you've always been lyrical, but like that was more of the feature on this instead of like the track, and so that's what I kind of like this stuff a lot, where I can really let your vocals shine on the front end. So
right.
And this was a fun one. I like the way you do this one too, because like it's the ending is the big payoff. Like it, where you're looking at Snakes and Sparklers, and you're expecting the hook or something like that, but it's just kind of a free verse. And
I get that a lot. The hook never came.
Yeah, right.
The hook never came. Yeah, there's no hook in it.
What's that?
And that was another thing that I thought was just, I don't know, just kind of being brash and bold, I guess, because I haven't released any solo material, you know what I'm saying? I definitely had people asking for it for a long time and everything, and then, for the people who didn't, I just kind of wanted this to be a good meet in the middle mesh of, like, people who've wanted some solo material for a while, what I think they would kind of want to vibe to, mixed with what I wanted to put out and vibe to, mixed with how would I think somebody's first flavor, first impression, what I would like to come off with would be this. But just, like I said, went brash and bold by just not having a hook. Just a fuck song structure, bro.
Right.
Chris J. Bo, what up, man? Bitch, right across that river and dab me up something right quick. What's up? What's my life like? One part living in and out the limelight, one part trying to blind myself with bright sides, one left up all night just trying to get my mind right, with thoughts coming out of left field got me going out my right mind. Came up with a fair start and a snared heart, earned to take the stairs for coming up where the stairs are. Learning to love yourself's a rare art, so trying to convince myself that I'm more than just an organ donor with spare parts. The holy grail is ours, it always has, it always will be. If you disagree or feel contrarily, you can come and kill me. And even still, I'll have you looking silly, cause you know this flow is still hotter than all those bullet holes that you chose to deal me. You feel me? Cause you ain't fucking with me really, since a vote for dub flows like throwing Deathstroke on your drill team. And even still, I'm feeling slightly guilty. Maybe if I wasn't so lazy, all these youngsters be more inclined to bump the real thing. In that moment of salt, I was left alone with all my inner thoughts. Closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and took a walk around my mind's eye until the whole world came to a halt. Traded all of that negative energy for a centerpiece of inner peace for a second so I could sleep. I wish this moment will repeat, but it never lasts long it seems. Soon it'll cease, see so long, sweet dreams. Wake up, sweet pea, snap back to reality. Now it's back to the drawing board, take another crack at the masterpiece. Pick up the chalk, start hacking at the chalkboard casually, till it turns into frantically and evolves into erratically. I can't believe I think I actually, fact for fact, broke the whole rap game down mathematically. Look. First you add the cheese, then subtract the beef. Carry over the scene, multiply the dream, divide the cream. In that moment I had an epiphany. So did everyone in the room listening. We had all we needed to algebraically separate the scene from the industry. No more need for hating and the greed. Revolutionary breakthrough, and that's for certain. Teamwork makes the dream work, and the dream is working. Cause the team is working. Now it's closed curtains. Now it's party over here, party over there, you heard it. Chris J, Bo, and Dub Flow rock the most. Dub Flow rock the most. Dub Flow and Chris J. Bo rock the most. Chris J. Bo rock the most. And after a long day and a job well done, I like to go home to my love. Snuggle up under the covers with her in the pub. She said, "Your snakes and sparklers." I said, "What?" She said, "The good stuff."
Yeah, and actually that whole song, man, is like I had wrote it quite a bit before I had ever released it, probably like a year or so. Like it was right around when I started like dating my old lady and stuff, and we've been together for 4 years. And it's something that she had said to me one night while we were laying in bed. She had said, "Your snakes and sparklers," and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "The good stuff." And I was like, "That's fucking smooth," you know. Like, so that's actually where I built this. The whole project is around that one fucking line called Snakes and Sparklers. And then I was like, you know what? This is an accumulation of just stuff that I've written. Like, this isn't obviously anything that's been rushed. Like, this is literally stuff that I've sat on for a little bit that I wrote. And I was like, I can't just not release this. And stuff that I've written very recently that I'm just like, yo, this is probably some of the top tier stuff that I've ever put together lyrically, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's just the good stuff, man.
Yeah,
like it's just kind of the creme of the crop.
Yeah, that Macho Man, the cream of the crop.
Right, the cream. I can't do it, man. See, just leave it to the pros.
Will rise to the top. Yeah. This also kind of this feel. I don't know how much you're like influenced by, but kind of reminds me of like Rhyme Sayers, atmosphere, and just like I really like.
I get told here and there from like I go like read like YouTube comments. People say I don't read YouTube comments. I don't give a shit, man. You ain't gonna fucking you ain't gonna harsh my buzz, you know. You ain't gonna kill my vibe. But I've heard a lot of people say that I sound like Aesop Rock and stuff like that from Rhyme Sayers, and honestly, it's unintentional. I do listen to a lot of Aesop Rock. So it probably bleeds through for sure. Like,
but that's, I mean, I don't know, atmosphere and just like Prof and like, I mean, Brother Ali, all, I mean, the whole, all of them are like great. And
I love atmosphere as well. And I get down with Prof. I can't say that I bumped a lot of Brother Ali.
He's got some really good ones.
There was somebody else on Rhyme Sayers that I was I can't think of it off the top of my head right now.
I've seen him live a couple different times, and they always bring a real solid show. Like I've seen Blueprint with them. I've seen Dim Atlas. And I mean, like this, the whole catalog. I mean, there's a bunch of really talented people involved in that with Rhyme Sayers. But I got to see Slug and Ant a couple different times live, and they always slow down, man.
I bet, man. I'd love to see them live, man.
It's it's, I don't know, they're
I
some of the
still
best.
To this day, like if I have like an overly bad day where I'm pretty stressed out and I'm in the whip and I'm putting on music, I'll put on Atmosphere Bad Day.
Yeah.
Like it's just that little piano, dun, 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 dun. Kind of just perks me up a little bit, you know. And then he just raps about having his shit down. I'm just like, I'm not the only one.
Right.
Thanks, Em. Thanks, Slug.
Yeah.
You know, appreciate you, man.
Those I don't know. Those are a big part of my,
I've thought about sliding them some demos. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like, hey,
there you go.
Maybe if I ever complete Snakes and Sparkles and put it out as a whole project,
Yeah.
slide that to him and say, hey, maybe.
Right. Yeah. It could be cool, man. I mean, like, I don't know. I always feel like the worst thing they can do is say no. Like,
Right, exactly.
you know, it's like worth a shot. Like,
Yeah.
maybe they'll listen to it. but-
Yeah, maybe. And then at worst, at least, you know, if
Yeah.
they listen to it and just give me a little constructive
Yeah.
criticism, you know, to help out,
That's-
that's better than nothing.
That's what's cool about, like, you're watching, like, I don't know how much you get to see it, but, like, especially, like, with TikTok and Instagram and all these, like, having the social media and having the ability to interact with some of our favorites like that. Like, I've been seeing a lot of, like, I don't know, one recently, this girl, she was on American Idol and stuff, but, like, so it got some attention from that, but she, like, covered Rascal Flatts song, and so she, like, on her TikTok or whatever, and, like, and the guy, Gary from Rascal Flatts, like, is, like, doing, like, a reaction video to her singing it, and
Oh, no
I saw
shit.
that, and, like, so...
It's really cool, yeah.
I saw another girl doing like a video for Randy Travis song, and like it's all, you know, country, but it's like it's cool to see like you're getting a direct reaction from
bridging that gap between fan and an artist for sure, like, and using a social media platform to do that is.
Well, that's a cover though, so like maybe that's a way to get their attention first and then hit them with the original. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to cover somebody else's rap.
So maybe I should just send them me rapping over Rhyme Sayer beats.
There you go.
I'm gonna rap over all the Bestiary by Hail Mary Mallon and just send it to them all in one video, just like it's on YouTube. Just like one dude continuously playing Donkey Kong.
I really dig Snakes and Sparklers, and you can find that streaming wherever you get your digital music
everywhere.
at now. Just search Dub Flow and click follow on there so you know when you get some of the new hotness coming soon. Let's talk about Egan's Rats a little bit. This is obviously we've had you guys on the show a couple times, and we've done but it's you and Gorilla J and Tracy on drums, Funko Creep,
Yeah,
and
good old Funko.
and you guys a lot of fun, and I'm really digging this new one you guys just put out, a brand new single called Man on a Mission.
Yeah.
And now available everywhere. But anything you want to tell us about Man on a Mission, how this one kind of came about?
Oh yeah, it's a banger. So I'm pretty sure. So this one's a little bit of a different vibe because usually we have Funko make all our beats. This one is one of Jeff's homies, I think from like Jimmy John's, that had like cooked up this beat and sent it to him. Jeff's like, oh, I really love this beat, you know, and he was like, oh, you want to hop on this? I was like, yeah, we could write something to this. And we had actually had to like chop the beat and loop it like twice, and you can faintly tell if you listen really closely between me and Jeff's verses that it loops right there. And then I come in, and so I got a whole, because it wasn't even a whole beat pretty much, and we were like, man, we really vibed to this. Like it's really dope actually. So like maybe we should put this out, have Tracy throw some drums on it, and put this out as the Egan's Rats track. And
Why do we rap feed the addiction? Be a storyteller, be a man on a mission. Right down the lines affect all the senses. Never give up, let the poetry infect us. Why do we rap feed the addiction? Be a storyteller, be a man on a mission. Right down the lines affect all the senses. Never give up, let the poetry infect us.
Yo, I'm a little different. I let the plot thicken. I take my time, stretching sketches like robot chicken. Now let the pot kick in. Damn, I'm pretty high, still stick to the right like I cut off my left side. So a new level of rhythmic sentences. I let this beat bend backwards to my vocal inflections. I know reflection of my past self and continue this flight with nothing fucking wrote down. I stand up, crumble the paper and pass out. Hopefully tomorrow won't gas out, but the next day's here are always the best. I come back and wreck and replace that stress out with a new poem that's sweeter than sex, or sweeter than the juice of the berry. Let the berry's mess got the heaviest chest, and I stick it out proud, sing it out loud, sometimes without sound. But I still stick to my game, you know that, and continue my search until my message falls flat like.
Why do we rap feed the addiction? Be a storyteller, be a man on a mission. Right down the lines affect all the senses. Never give up, let the poetry infect us. Why do we rap feed the addiction? Be a storyteller, be a man on a mission. Right down the lines affect all the senses. Never give up, let the poets reinfect us.
Never been a pen and pencil pusher unless I'm pursuing my passion. Trying to get past the fact and won't let the pest in. Always been a nuisance, neglect to wear a necktie. Never work 9 to 5, but I 9 overnight without question. Need a sense of direction, feel like I'm living on borrowed time. And it's hardly mine, it's hard to find this time I borrow. My mind's meticulous about monopolizing melancholy. And that's a lot to bite off and chew and swallow, I know I'm sorry. Either I'm stuck in the room with an elephant or trying to clean out my closet from all these goddamn skeletons. I spit hot fire until I run out of air anywhere on earth. So believe me when I tell you, you brought your element. Calls it as I seize it and I seize it how I'm telling it. You'll find more than a fracture if I'm fucking with my fellowship. I'm rolling all my problems up in paper and inhaling it and burn your whole heaven to the ground just for the hell of it. Reply to your telekinetic message with an F you emoji. PS then signed, you ain't fucking with Jeff and Cody. Should've left me on my lonely, but you done effed up. Now your whole tea party's ruined for you. Had a chance to play dress up. Keep the hating down and bless up. Tomato, tomato. And either way, your ass ain't never gonna catch up. Armstrong, but that ain't our name and you can't stretch us. Seems like I'm cleaning up my mess before I mess up. Just one less thing to stress up. More hating and less love. Just let the poetry infect us.
Why do we rap? Feed the addiction. Be a storyteller, be a man on a mission. Write down the lines, affect all the senses. Never give up, let the poetry infect us. Why do we rap? Feed the addiction. Be a storyteller, be a man on a mission. Write down the lines, affect all the senses. Never give up, let the poetry infect us.
I've really been dabbling a lot with alliteration in rap, man. It's really kind of been like a word kink of mine going on. I'm trying to decide how to describe it. It's really been doing it for me.
Yeah.
Alliteration. So this is we wrote this a while back, and this is like when I really started like first dabbling in alliteration. You can definitely tell that by like the start of the verse is like just like all P's, just never been a pen or pencil pusher, less than pursuing my passion, trying to get past the fact that won't let the pest in. Like I really like that, and that's when I was like, yo, if I dig that, like somebody else probably digs that, you know. Like started experimenting with alliteration more.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like I've written like whole 16s in like one letter, just or one sound at least, you know. Like
I'm sure we've talked about in the past too, but there's like a real good documentary about hip hop and how and the art of words and lyrics and the way some of the greats are able to manipulate the words and the beat and rhyme the different rhyme patterns and different way they rhyme within the beat and stuff. And I don't know, it's just like
I'm pretty sure we did talk about that once upon a time.
But
we
it's
touch base on
that's
that.
I mean, like you're saying, like that stuff's like fascinating to me that to watch some of the greats work like that, like especially when they sometimes you can just kind of get in the groove and you're just nodding along. You're like, yeah, that sounds a cool song. And then all of a sudden, like, you actually, when you break it down and you look at, like, how intricate this rhyme is, like you're saying, if it's all P's or whatever, it's pretty cool to think about how, like, the work that went into it, like, to actually create this idea that, and it's not just, I don't know, it's I'm as a fan of words and lyrics and it's cool to see those people pay attention to that kind of stuff.
I agree, man. And it's fun to do for me too because I've been rapping a long time. So it's like it's pushing like a whole different challenge envelope for myself. You know what I'm saying? Of like, all right, man, write the whole 16 bars in A's. Like every word's A, do it. Like and I did actually just and the first 8 of that 16, I didn't even only just go A's. I did it all ART, like every like or AR, not all ARTs, but all AR. So like artist, arch, arrow, arsenic, like and I did the whole 8 bars like that. So it was really cool, man. And like I got done and I was just kind of like, oh bro, it's kind of one of my coup de grace right now. Like holy shit, this is some of the best shit I ever written.
All right.
And then Antonio was like, hey, I need this first. You want to throw that A1 on there? And I was like, yeah, here, I'll toss it to you. Didn't even put it on my own shit. He hadn't even released that yet. It's coming soon.
Coming soon. Well, yeah, man. So speaking of Egan's Rats, you guys are taking the stage. Let's see. Well, first you have a solo show. You are making a guest appearance on July 16th at Pops for Beyond FM's 3rd birthday party, and you're hitting the stage with Squires, right?
Yes, sir. Yep. With the good homie Squires.
Yeah, and so that's going to be a super fun night. We got the dude Steve Ewing headlining.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, got the dude. Yeah.
Steve's been a homie for a long time on the show, and big fan. I love his music, his solo stuff, The Urge. I love the Hot Dog Shop. I love it all, man. So.
Right, yeah, me too, man. I love Steve's Hot Dogs. I'm a big fan too, man, but every time I see him, he gives me like a blank stare, like he doesn't remember who I am. So I just take on a different persona every time I meet him.
Well, you,
I introduce myself differently. Yeah, well, that one time I did show up in Mandalorian armor.
Right.
It's expected that he would be like, give you a look that he doesn't know.
Yeah.
But I guess it wouldn't be too hard to correlate that this might be the dude who was in the hot dog suit. It's on you, Steve.
Yeah.
It wasn't it on your podcast where I said he punched me in the chest really hard?
Probably. That sounds right.
It was a total lie, but I think it was. Like, I think I went on this weird tangent about it's like was it like a spitballing of ideas about like dumping chili and cheese and stuff like that, and he like punched me in the chest. I don't know, man. I had to go back and listen to that.
Weird things happen on this podcast.
Yeah, it was definitely an Egan's Rats one, I think, because we were in the rat hole. I remember that.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Well, so yeah, it's gonna be a great party, and I'm super happy for Tony and the Beyond FM crew celebrating 3 years. So get out there and show some love and have a great time over at Pops on July 16th, and then the next weekend, the next Saturday night, we're heading over to off Broadway, and super excited to have Egan's Rats on for the 8th birthday party, celebrating 1,000 episodes of Rock Paper Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
This super stoked. Thanks for having us, man. Thanks for having us.
I'm this is like, I don't know, it was kind of a last minute thing where they had an open night, and I'm like, let's make the best of it. And I reached out to the homies, and that was like the big part of this one. Like, I was like, I want to say thank you to the people that have been rocking with me for a long time, and obviously I love you guys, and like and you've been a part of the theme song even and everything else. I wanted to pay it forward and say thanks and put you guys on the show, and
love's mutual, bro.
Yeah.
Love's mutual for sure.
So it's gonna be.
We just played off Broadway recently, man, and they like renovated their stage and their patio. Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful little venue, bro.
Yeah.
Like sweet ass patio, sweet stage. The sound was on point, man. It's just a great little place, man. It's a great little jam.
It's always
the
been
bartenders were on point. The drinks were nice and cold.
It's always been one of my favorites, but I haven't been since they remodeled, so I'm excited to get in there and check it out. And,
it's beautiful.
Expanded the stage, new curtain, new patio. It's come on by. So we got Egan's Rats, we got Ben Diesel playing a little more pop punk stuff.
Right.
We got Samantha Clemons bringing some soul R&B singer songwriter,
bringing the vibes.
And we got Old Capitol Square Dance Club, bringing your country rock and roll, and then we got the Maness brothers bringing that hard gritty blues to the show, and so a lot of variety in the sounds, and that's what I figure, like, if we're going to celebrate the show, I've done different like theme birthday party shows, but I thought it'd be fun this year to really being all inclusive, a lot of different sounds coming through, and so
I love playing on shows too, man. They're just diverse for sure, because you get a chance to be in front of people you never would have got a chance to be in front of, and you get a chance to meet other artists you wouldn't really ever get a chance to meet, for real.
It was years ago. It was like we did a party over at Oyster Bar, and I threw it was Matthias and the Pirates, Sky Burnt White, and Brotherly and the Leather Jackals.
Sick.
And that was another very diverse show. Right. But with Matthias and the Pirates bringing the hip hop, like, there's a lot of people that the show, they were like, I probably wouldn't have gone to a hip hop show and saw them, but with them being here, like, I'm like, loved what they were doing, and like they became fans, and they go see him now. They go to the hip hop shows to see him, and that's what it's all about. Like those introducing these people like to other great music and stuff. So I'm hoping that happens at the show. People learn a bunch of other new music and stuff. So so those tickets
we're hoping too. We're hoping people like us enough to check us out more.
So those tickets available right now at offbroadwaystl.com, and only $10 get you in the door, and it's going to be a great night. So come on out, and we let's see, and you got one more on the calendar with August 25th. Egan's Rats will be taking the stage at Red Flag, opening up for Dropout Kings, right?
Yup. It's going to be Dropout Kings, Normandy, and Egan's Rats at Red Flag.
Man.
August 25th,
Yeah. So that's going to be a cool night. Again, snag some tickets to that. Red Flag's a really cool spot. I've been really enjoying what they're doing with I'm glad to see that venue being successful and stuff.
Right.
Not like it's really a cool spot to catch a show. And
I'm about it too, man, because I played a lot of shows at Food Bar.
Right.
I played a lot of shows on the small side at Food Bar. You know what I'm saying? Like I played a lot of shows at Food Bar.
Right.
So to see them moving over and moving up and on the bigger and better things is great, man. And I'm happy to have my first opportunity to play Red Flag. Like I've only been there like once or twice.
Yeah.
But to be able to go and play is going to be dope, man, for sure.
Man.
And we got that opportunity kind of on a whim too, man. The promoter for that show was listening to Beyond FM and heard Egan's Rats on Beyond FM and reached out to the Instagram, which Jeff runs, unfortunately. No, I'm just kidding. Came right into the arms of Jeff.
Well, yeah, man. If that's not a plug right there, man, you should be listening to Beyond FM 24/7.
Yeah, definitely, man. Check it out.
All kinds of good tunes on there.
Yeah, that was a cool opportunity, man, and we're excited. We're definitely excited to throw down.
Well, yeah, man. Well, come on out, support some live local music. Mentioning you jumping on that show with Squires for the birthday party. You guys did a track together, which is now available. And let's talk about this tune, a song called Balance, now available everywhere.
Yeah, that's a dope track, man. Squires had came to me and said, "Hey, man, want to do a track?" We're like, "Yeah, man, I'm down, bet." And we kept talking about like, "Hey, man, let's just get together, let's vibe out, just check out some beats and stuff." And I had ended up getting some time to go down to his crib, and we just kind of kicked it for a bit. Listened to some beats. He had put on one. He was like, "Hey, I got like a verse to this already." He spit the verse for me. He was like, "You think you throw something on this?" And I was like, "Yeah, bet. Like, I'll sit here and I'll write right now, and like I just sit there and write in my head, right?" So he's just like, "You just sit there and wrote that in your head, you ain't writing nothing down." I was like, "Yeah, I got it right here." I spit it for him. He was like, "Yeah, it's fresh." And then then he ended up changing up the beat on me. He was like, "Yeah, I want to do that same song, but to this beat. Like, is your stuff fit to this beat?" And I was like, "Yeah, it fits to this beat, And then we ended up dropping it to that. And we went over and recorded that with the homie Tom Peeny, and
yeah. Okay. Look, I'm off balance. Callous a couple my vocal cords. Got a coalition of cobras hissing at overlords, So malicious with witness, I leave Jehovah scorn. Won't be long till I'm sipping from a golden horn. Behold the chalice, my palace bordered the corner store. A quarter short of eternal life and a 40 poured. I hold this knife like a pen, scribing a bloody chorus. So sing along if you fighting despite the muddy waters. We writing history, I could pilot the ship and sink to the bottom to see how hollow it is. This ink been dripping, I see no bottle extend. For weeks on weeks, taking a peek at the peaks. I got 40 ounces, can I drown in that? Hold your counsel, mama proud but don't know how to clap. Cause my outlet about countless hours of doubting that. Got my album like Alcatraz, I'm out the back. Out the flask, I was born, yeah, I swore to rap and forge a path before I ever climb a fucking corporate ladder. Rather wear the thorns, bribing for important data. Only stream I need is the river running from Jordan's platter. Pick your poison, what's it gonna be? Eat the apple, it'll set you free. Guard the castle while the village bleed. Or let them in, that's in destiny. Soliloquies fall from the jaws of men. Begging for a light, absolve all of your sins. Well, the sinner bleeds, but so does the saint. Ay, don't look at me, ain't my fault that you were late. This is the way. What's it gonna take to fill up the page? Is it pouring some drink? Is that running away? Yo, either way, yo, we stuck in the maze. Nah, this ain't the way. I know it's gonna take more than a page to hold myself up above the haze. Yeah, hey yo, I think this the way. Yeah.
Always dreamed of me and you never the portions. Need more than just a piece of the pie, need extra portions. Quick to cut them off like foreskin. Kick the door in and pull out your intestines and use them to read your fortune. Distortion, the fractions are backwards, yeah, that's dyslexia, right? Spit poison, kill these peasants with extra pesticide. A Hail Mary, I stepped in the booth and blessed the mic. I was cornered in the corner, a quarter away from an extra life. Exercise my demons until they're physically fit. And the more weight on my shoulders, the bigger they get. Just might say some ignorant shit. God killer, Mercury wings on my shoes, that's the quicker I sprint. I'm gone before your eyelids got time to lift. That's Godspeed. I broke the mold, they're all dead. Dubs last of an odd breed. I'm an oddity on an odyssey. Audibly changing your thoughts of me a shooting star. Shots in the dark, getting your gods to bleed.
This is the way. What's it gonna take to fill up the page? Is it pouring some drink? Is that running away? Yo, either way, yo, we stuck in the maze. Nah, this ain't the way. I know it's gonna take more than a page to hold myself up above the haze. Yeah, hey yo, I think this the way. Yeah.
It came out really dope, man. Like I was a little bit off put about the beat change, you know what I'm saying? Because I literally, since I write like everything to it, like I really write to the beat, man. I try to ingrain the verses to the beat, so when I'm switching them up, I kind of feel like I'm doing a little bit of transplant surgery or something. You know, it shit gets tense. But it came out really dope, man. I was really it's still like Squires has been throwing it down, man. So like when he put out Hold Up, I was bumping the fuck out of that, like riding around. So now I can bump a Squire song that I'm on, you know, and seem pretentious and narcissistic.
Yeah.
Seem egotistical while I'm at it. You know, I get to enjoy the Squires music with me on.
Yeah, that's do you get to listen? Do you enjoy listening back to your own stuff?
Not usually, man. Like if I'm ever riding around, rarely do it. The only time I really listen to my stuff is like right before we release it or like right after we release it. And then I'm just like, because I'm just like analyzing it all. And I'm just like, I don't like that. I sound like this here because I was running out of breath. Or I wish I would have went back and changed this one word. Or
I mean, I
go back and nitpick it. That's when I listen to my shit to nitpick. Like I'm not listening to it to vibe.
I do the same. Like I listen to my own show. You know, when I'm editing, and then I also listen to the final product, but I always feel like for the final, when I post it, I get to listen to it like as a fan, like, and actually like listen to, you know, really engage in what the guest is talking about and stuff. Sometimes when the guest is like, not that I'm not listening, but I'm always thinking, and so it's nice to listen to it and just listen, not think. Right. So that's kind of the thing is like, but. It's funny when people are like, yeah, you say and a lot. I'm like, yeah, you don't think I don't hear that stuff, you know? It's like I hear all that too. I'm like, I'm trying to get better about it, but it's like, I mean, and that's like saying I get nitpicky about my own things, and I try to.
We all do, man. We're all our worst critics for sure, man. But other people can get up there too.
Right. But so yeah, it is kind of a weird thing, kind of an acquired thing for me, I guess, to like be able to like actually listen to it and enjoy my own stuff. Like at first it was like, no, I don't want to hear that.
And I guess I can relate on what you said, man. I guess I probably do give everything that I release one fan playthrough. But the problem is I'm a rap snob, man. So like it's usually my first fan playthrough. I'm still nitpicking by the end of it.
Well, I think that's a lot for like bands too. Like they'll like they're on the demos, they're listening to the demo for over and over, like and really loving that, and then by the time they finally get to record it and they release it, like they're about sick of it then.
Right.
Like, you know, like we've heard the song so many damn times.
That definitely does happen for sure, man. For sure.
Yeah. Well, you said So we might have some. Well, let's before we get there, let's do a fresh one. This is
okay.
This is real fresh.
Real fresh, like right off the griddle.
Like
fresh off the press.
Yeah. We got to talking about it, cooking up some ideas, and Dub said, "What about this?" And I said, well, "Let's do it. Let's hit record and see what happens, man." And
it's a bit of a curveball.
Yeah. So we obviously everybody's been watching and everybody's been listening to the song, but you hit me with what if I rap on this "Running Up That Hill" from Kate Bush,
right?
Which
I actually said that to you.
Yeah, right.
Today.
This is a direct quote, and but this song obviously blowing up big with Stranger Things being like
it's a bop.
Yeah,
it is a bop.
I myself, after watching the first 7 episodes or whatever it was, 6 episodes, I watched those, and then I was like at work and I put on the soundtrack on Spotify and I listened to that over and over. And so I've listened to this song, several times. Like it got hooked in my head, man. I was listening to it a lot, and the whole soundtrack's great. I like the 80s feel to it all. Like I love what that era that they captured in the series. And
so did you notice Extreme Play With Me playing when they were in the skating ring?
Yeah.
And like when that happened, I was like, where do I know that song from? Right? Started digging in the memory bank, and for a second I thought it was Ninja Turtles for some reason, but Bill and Ted, man. Yeah. Excellent Event, no, Bogus Journey, where they go and they get the historical figures, and they're in the mall,
right?
And Beethoven's playing on the keyboards.
Yeah,
he's playing Extreme. He's playing that song. Yeah. Do you wanna play?
Yeah, man.
And I was like, oh, that's where it is. Oh, 80s.
Yeah.
I was born in 1990, but
right. Yeah, I'm 85.
You can rock it. My old lady, she's my girlfriend. She was born in '89, so I can be over here like, right. I fuss with the '80s because of her. She just barely made it.
Yeah. But that so this obviously the song has been blowing up, but we were like, has anybody rapped on it though? And that's like
right.
And
I think I'm the first.
So
I think we're gonna go out on a limb until Kanye drops it tonight.
So we kicked a little free verse on this one, and this was I thought this turned out really cool, man.
I did too, actually. I thought it was dope. Check that out.
Rock Paper Podcast, exclusive, going up that hill. What's a shy white devil, watching fire, war, wage your mind right, wanna be washed up, walk a fine wire between almost famous and one of us, the vibe of 3 times between TIE fighters and wanderlust. Whirl on them with a wild uppercut and quick to whip out the green mushroom tip if they wanna one up us. You can never do something as wondrous as me as walking into a room full of werewolves and going one-on-one. Who won, left and one to run, and then I went to gather all my wealth that was worth it, wasn't worried once. Used to have worry warts and be a whimsy dunce, but now I wonder women wanna wine and dine me. I'm winning, what's up? No wonder they wanna show me what's under. They wonder bra, give it to them plain and sweet like Wonder Bread and Wonder Bar. Bro, that's why I'm running uphill, that should worry y'all. Bro, that's running uphill, that should worry y'all. Long nights, been picking the wrong bites. Seems I end up on the wrong side. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. The only problem they don't tell you become the evil you. Lies hurt, but so does the truth. Apathies are seeping in the wounds you try to hide, start bleeding through. Then your friends and family start leaving too, cause you can't seem to see the same thing that they seem to see in you. For better or worse, and I'm better or worse, cause only the good die young, and I'm not trying to go first. I close my eyes, I can't take it, it's all torment. My heart's been vacant, if you got baggage, I got storage. I'm just trying to fill the void with the noise and the boys and the toys and the joy. You met me when I seek to destroy, you met me when I seek to annoy. Suffering silence, something I seem to enjoy.
And this was this also ties into the alliteration that you were talking about, right?
Yes. I do hit the alliteration on that. Yeah. Not. I like to say that it's the W's, but if you listen, it's not really. And honestly, like I kicked something similar for a friend, and he was like, "It's not all W's though," and I was just like, "You get the point, bro." Right. So it's really more like "wah" sounds. Right. And
there's a lot of W's in there.
Right. So, but you can like one is not a W, but it's a "wah" sound. Sure. So, like
yeah,
very good alliteration in it for sure.
Yeah, but this was fun, man, and just timely. I mean, the show's huge and been a lot of fun. You said you haven't finished it, so I won't, and I don't want to put any spoilers out there, but. This whole season was a lot of fun. Like that, like I said, the 80s, and that was but that moment when this song plays, like, have you seen that? You've seen that part?
Yeah.
So,
when Max is playing through her headphones, and I think that's like the first episode of 4, isn't it, or the second? One of the two.
Yeah,
it's the first time you see her after all the shit goes down, and at the end of the last season, So,
but this is such a powerful moment. I think is why this song is blown up as big as it has, because
it's heavy for sure.
It's like, but it's like a metaphor for like music can get you out of whatever hell you are in,
right?
And pull you out of that, man.
Right.
And that's what it was like, and that's what I took from it. And I'm like, man, that's such a true thing, because music saved me all kinds of times. And
definitely.
So. That it was really cool to see it, like a visualization, visualize it and stuff, like of this coming to life, and her making a run for it. So
and I think I was watching like that Beyond Stranger Things too, where they kind of like talk about the show afterwards, kind of like Talking Dead for Walking Dead and shit. Like, and the Duff Brothers were talking about how they like specifically pick music that like ties into like what's going on, like the snowball dance scene at the end of, I think it was season 2 or 3 or whatever. They had Sting or the Police take every breath you take, or I'll be watching you. Yeah, that, because that's what he said, that I'll be watching you ties into like all the things they're watching them, and like and how other things outside of the music too, like Dig Dug was a big focal point, that that whole season was like the tunneling under the town and stuff. And I was like, oh damn, I ain't even put that together like, until you just said it, Duff Brothers.
Yeah.
No shit. Way to sneak it in on us.
Right. Yeah, there was a lot of little moments this season, I think, like that, like where there's if you're like all about it, like that nostalgia.
Right.
I mean, there's moments all throughout this season where they're like, oh yeah, okay, I see what, there was this, and obviously really heavily influenced by Freddy, all the Nightmare movies and stuff. So
yeah, they definitely like to touch those nostalgia points, man. Which is that's a surefire way to get me, man.
Yeah,
I'm a sucker for nostalgia.
Sure,
I try not to be. You shouldn't be, apparently.
Yeah.
I guess for like enlightenment purposes or something, but I'm a fucking sucker for nostalgia. I love that shit.
Yeah, I mean, me and Stacy went to see the new Jurassic World Dominion, and I mean, that's, if you love the first one, they tap into all those moments in the first one, and like it's never going to be the first one,
right?
But if you're a fan, like you'd be like, oh yeah, there's that, there's this, all these little moments.
Get you that, and everybody's doing that these days too, man. Yeah, like I mean, we just had the new Top Gun, and I mean even before that, we had that third Bill and Ted, where that's basically what they did. Like,
I just watched that recently. I'm kind of glad I just caught it on streaming. Like it was still fun. It's fun to see those guys do the characters again. It's not like
it's
not the greatest, but
it doesn't live up really to the first two at all. But it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like if you are a big fan of those first two and just want to continue that journey, it's perfect for you. But I agree on that tip, man.
And that's
but on a different note, for kind of a similar situation though, the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Did you see that? Where it was like the Strike Back reboot or whatever.
No, I didn't. I missed that. I haven't. I wanted to watch it, and then like they were doing like the tour with it all. Also, they were showing it in theaters with and I want to go, but I didn't. Yeah, so I know I haven't watched the reboot yet.
I thought it was very similar to like the Bill and Ted, man. Like it's like it's something for people who want to continue that and all. Yeah. But I will say it was like a little bit. I'd say it was better than the third Bill and Ted, just for the sheer fact that like Kevin Smith found some way to make a Jay and Silent Bob movie emotional at the end, bro. Like, it gets like an emotional ending, and you're like, how you do that, bro? Like, how did you make me watch a stoner comedy movie and then feel emotion at the end? Like, so it's definitely worth the watch, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think tomorrow, as we're recording, the Clerks 3 trailer drops.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, man.
We'll see how that goes,
I loved Clerks 1 and 2, man. 2 especially. Like, it's really hard in that when you're like, all right, the sequel can hold up, if not better. And I know what you're thinking, too. Like, all right, well, like, he shot Clerks 1 on a little budget that he sold his comic books in black and white and shit like that. But, like, dude, Clerks 2 is a good movie, man. Like, just through and through. Like, Clerks 1 is too, but Clerks 2 is a good one. I love that movie.
Sure.
Man. Like, I crack up still to this day. Like, if I put Clerks up. Me and the old lady actually watched that maybe like a month ago, and I was just dying because I ain't watched it in a while. I just kept forgetting about Elijah, dude. Like, that character alone, man, is gold. He's just a gold mine of laughs, man.
You mentioned Turtles, obviously a big part of you, your whole world and everything. And but have you watched those originals in a while? Have you?
I think we watched the first one not too long ago. I think when they like were dropping them back on Netflix and again.
Yeah, I went back through the first original 3 and I watched on Netflix a while back, and I mean, that was a trip, man. It was fun to go back and watch those again. Like,
it was either the first or the second one we watched, man. And for a long time, dude, the second one was my favorite, believe it or not. People were like, oh, you're a big Casey Jones fan. Casey Jones ain't even in the second one. I know, man, but something about Secret of the Ooze was really dope, man. I loved that one so much.
Super Shredder, right?
Yeah, man, Super Shredder, Kevin Nash, man. Yeah, dude, you got Super Shredder, Kevin Nash, you got Vanilla Ice, man, you got Ernie James Jr. being Keno, like, and also he's the stunt double for Donnie too, so that's why you never see them in a scene. But like now that I'm a more mature adult, I think the first one's my favorite.
Didn't he do
classic?
Didn't he do Surf Ninjas or something?
Yeah,
like
man, Surf Ninjas, and then also people don't know too, Zatch and Surf Ninjas. That's his dad. That's Ernie James Sr.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Patu-san. Guansu dudes, man. I love Surf Ninjas. Now that's nostalgia, man, right there. I'm gonna go buy Surf Ninjas tonight. It's on YouTube for free, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, those like
Rob Schneider, man, the young Rob Schneider, like one of his first roles. Tone Loc is in that movie. He's a cop.
Yeah, Tone was just here like yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, they at the Fair St. Louis.
No shit.
Yeah, they did like the 90s house party with.
Oh yeah, Wild Thing. Funky Comedina.
Somebody I forgot about. I remember. I was excited. I went to the original 90s house party that was with Vanilla Ice and Montel and I don't remember who else there. But anyway,
didn't they have Salt and Pepper at that one? I think,
maybe
too?
so. Yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of. So Vanilla Ice headlined, and he brought out Raphael with him, and only one turtle. But
he did Ninja Rap,
and they did Ninja Rap, and I was like, okay, I got my money worth.
Right? Yeah, that'd have been ticket admission alone. Yeah, damn. So, I always miss the good shit.
It was for like I said, for a '90s kid, it was that was a real highlight for me.
Right? Yeah, that's a full circle moment right there, man. You could die a happier man than I.
So other than that, man, it was kind of rough. Like, I mean, it was fun to hear some of the stuff, but like. he was obviously being 90s house party. He was like just going on and on about, yeah, in the 90s we had VCRs and we had, pager, what, it's just
right,
like,
milking
yeah,
it.
It's just like, okay, what are you going to name every 90s reference you can?
Yeah,
like,
everyone.
Like,
Beepers in between the next one.
I don't know. It was just
Jinkos and wallet chains. You remember those?
But it was fun, and it was just a total trip seeing what I only knew from the movies on coming to life on a stage.
Right, yeah, right in front of your eyes.
I'd seen.
Was it a quality ref suit? Like,
yeah. And
it was the real Raphael.
Yeah, it was the real one. I'd seen the Turtles in concert, like way long whenever, like the height of things.
The Rock the Shell tour, or was that what it is called?
Maybe. I remember they came to Six Flags.
Oh yeah.
And
they were doing the Six Flag tours back then.
And I remember seeing that, and of course it was like, it was pretty cheesy, but this was like, this was a lot cooler.
Right, yeah, solid.
The real Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, the real Vanilla Ice. And the real Raphael.
Yeah.
Not just some dude in a costume. In a Ninja Turtle costume with clothes on, with the rock vest on. And some weird, like, kiss thing over his eye. I don't know, man. I remember the Rock Turtles, so that was a weird era, man. It was a weird time to be a Ninja Turtle fan.
So, is that where the nunchucks came from? Is that
I guess you can say that, because like my Uncle Micah was he had a pair of nunchucks lying around, cousin Ninja Turtles, and like he liked Mikey. I was a Raph fan, you know. But that's where I picked up nunchucks for the first time, and I was young, man. The first time I picked up some nunchucks, man. So and later on, I dabbled, and I met some other friends, a buddy of mine, Shay, who dicked around with nunchucks, showed me a couple moves, and you just kind of evolve it over time, and yeah. But I guess you can kind of definitely blame Ninja Turtles for.
I mean, that's like one of the biggest. I think, like it's like when you think about it, like. I mean, they were
Bruce Lee and Michelangelo, man. That's it. Like, those are the only two places you go for nunchucks. And Dub Flow if you're into the St. Louis local music scene.
That's my top three right there.
That's your top three. Yeah. I'm up there, man. It's a niche market.
Yeah.
Not a lot of comp.
But yeah, Matt, hopefully we get some. Then you got kicked out of the pageant for him or something like that? What's that?
I didn't get kicked out, but they explicitly like stopped me at the back door, and they were like, no weapons, no masks, and I had a pair of nunchucks.
This is my whole act.
Right? Yeah, I literally was walking up to the back door with a pair of nunchucks in my pocket and a Casey Jones mask on. And they're just like, no. And the funny thing about it is like, that's how they preempt striked me at the back door, right? Like, before I ever showed up, and Discrepancies that got there early, they had come like straight to them. And they were like, hey, is the dude with like mask and weapons coming? Like, so they were like ready, man. They were fucking watching for me. And they like, I had the mask, man, but the nunchucks were concealed. And I was really like, should I just sneak him in, bro? Like, just bust him out on the stage. Everybody's going to go wild. Then I was like, I'll never get to play the pageant or Del Mar Hall again. Like, they'll put my face up.
Blacklisted.
Yeah, just the fucking mask and the weapons guy.
No Casey Jones allowed.
Yeah. No Casey Jonesers.
Yeah.
So I did, and I went and I put them back in my car. Both of them.
Right.
And that's kind of why I had that weird jock outfit for that show. That didn't make too much sense because it was supposed to have Casey Jones mask and nunchucks with it. It was my Casey Jones alternate costume, is what I called it. The alternate, alternate attire.
Yeah, that's a bummer, man. Because especially like, I mean, everybody they've all kinds of different entertainers.
Yeah. I was over here like, man, you guys definitely have had like Slipknot and Guar and shit play here.
Sure.
They get to wear masks and bring weapons, right? Like. Just not me, because I'm fucking local. Apparently, I'm going to be the one who's jumping off stage attacking people.
Huh? Yeah, that stinks, but
yeah. They have the pageant. They don't know me by Dub Flow. They know me by the mask and weapon guy, and apparently they know me well. I was kind of flattered.
We heard about you.
Yeah, we know you, man.
That's not your
breaking rules.
That's not your only time dressing up. Like you said, you kind of touched on earlier. You recently appeared at Steve's in your Mandalorian outfit.
Yeah. I just It was right after I made it, man. So I was just itching to wear it, you know. And I was gonna go down there.
Didn't you post like your text conversation with him or something?
yeah. I texted Steve's Hot Dogs directly. They're like Instagram or Facebook page or something, and I was like, "Hey, what would be the qualms on me showing up in full Mandalorian armor? Like, just as subtle as possible. I snuck it in subtle, man. Like I can't even repeat it as subtle as I snuck it in." And they were like, "Yeah, bet, man, fucking do it." I was really gung ho about it until I got out of the car in it. And there was just like two dudes directly in front of like Steve's Hot Dogs that weren't even, I guess, even going there. But then the dude just kind of turns around. He's just like, "What the hell are you supposed to be?" And just like immediately starts talking to me. And it's like, "Oh, Boba Fett, bro, Boba Fett. Oh, I gotta take a picture with Boba Fett, bro." And I'm just like, okay, this is happening.
Yeah.
How long you been doing this? Like, I just made it
today.
Today. Not long.
Yeah. Well,
but they enjoyed it, man. They had a good time. Like Steve enjoyed it. They took pictures for promo and stuff, and
yeah, I mean, a lot of people were a huge Star Wars fan over there.
Yeah, I told him I'm gonna make him one, but I'm gonna make it like hot dog themed, man. Right? Like you see, like the side piece there.
All right.
Make that like a hot dog with a bun, and then like the rangefinder be like a little hot dog. do it red and yellow.
All right, you make the guns like a ketchup and mustard.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, man, like a gauntlet, but it's got the dispenser instead. That'd be sick, right? Just a helmet and a gauntlet. Maybe we'll see.
So you did all that yourself?
I made all this out of foam myself. Yeah, like I got blueprints for like the helmet and stuff like that. Like I didn't sketch these elements.
Right.
Well, I guess that gauntlet right there sticking out, I pretty much freehanded that, all the button panels and the rocket and shit. I freestyled that together. But I built all that.
That's pretty cool though, man.
I like to make costumes and shit from time to time, especially with like foam and stuff. Is very easy material to work with. Sure. Obviously not built for longevity, but you definitely have it for years.
We
just maybe not forever because it is foam.
Yeah.
Like if you sit on it, you'll probably break it.
I've always had to get creative with my costumes and stuff for Halloween and things because they don't really make a lot of costumes for guys my size.
Right.
And, so I typically have to find some way to get creative with it. But I was working in elementary a couple years back, and when Toy Story 4 hit, and I decided to make myself a Forky costume.
Nice.
And it was a pretty big hit. I took like a big piece of cardboard to kind of give it the frame of the spork head, and got some like felt, and I got the big googly eyes and the wire brush arms or whatever it is, whatever you call those bottle
pipe cleaners.
Pipe cleaners, yeah. There he goes. Anyway, and then I just kind of got a white shirt and pants and made it come together. But it was fun. Like me and my wife stayed up and made the head, the mask together and stuff, and it's fun to challenge yourself to get creative in different ways like that and stuff. So.
Well, see, this actually, me and the old lady, we were big nerds and shit. So I was never really hardcore into Star Wars coming up. Like I'm honestly more of I definitely watched the movies when I was a kid. I was more of a fan as a kid. I buy Star Wars toys and stuff like that. But I got older, I kind of grew out of it and stuff. Then the Mandalorian hit again. I was like, damn man, I'm like a Star Wars fan all over again. Let's go back and relive it. And she was already on that hill, and she was just kind of like, yeah, come on. And so these actually came about as every Halloween we pick couple costumes to be, and last year was my turn to pick, so I picked Mandalorians.
There you go.
So me and her were Mandalorians. She made a helmet and some gauntlets and stuff. I made her gauntlets, but
nice.
She made her own helmet and shit, and she put a spin on hers. Hers was like a Luna Lovegood mashup, so it took us a long time to get the rangefinder to work, but instead of a rangefinder, she's got the Luna Lovegood sunglasses that come down and they magnetically attach over the visor and stuff for her rangefinder. Nice. So it's pretty cool, man. We were a hit at the Halloween party we showed up to at 10 o'clock because we were still working on our costumes all night, and there was only eight or 10 people there that really liked our costumes. But we busted out a couple times since the Science Center had the Star Wars night, and we went out there dressed up and had Star Wars food and drinks as Mandalorians, and got to walk around in our homemade outfits while everybody else is walking around in top tier Mandalorian and Stormtrooper costumes.
What's that?
I'm over here with a bright green gun, my foam outfit.
What's that? Step Brothers.
We're the same.
It's like, it's okay that mine's not movie quality.
Right? Yeah, that's pretty much. See, the rule with cosplay, man, is the 10-foot rule, man. If it looks good at 10 feet, that's all you need. Right. And I could get away with 10-foot rule all day. My stuff ain't movie quality, but 10 feet looks pretty good, man. Yeah, my other foam piece, man, was a long time ago. I made some Saiyan armor from Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. Vegeta Saiyan armor. I made like the strap style. And it was a little bulky, man. It was like my first foam project. I just went like gung-ho. I was like, I'm fucking doing it. And we went to like an anime convention, and I got like the blue tight skin suit and everything, man, which I'm really glad I decided to wear a cup, dude. Because if you've never worn one of those skin tight suits, man, wear a cup. Because you could just see the whole outline here. And at first, I was like, yo, chicks dress slutty at conventions. Like, I'm dressing slutty. And my homie was like, I put on the skin suit, man, and I was like, how's it look? And he was just like, bro, like, I see the whole outline of your chick right now. And this was a while back, man. Like, I was still living at my mom's. I was like, Mom! And she's like, yeah, you got to get a cup. Because he was like, bro, you're going to go to this convention, and there's going to be kids there. I love. And dude, when I got there.
What is that?
When I got there, dude, I was so glad I wore a cup, because there were so many kids. And the cup made it kind of like protrude a bit too, man. So like, dude, I was like the first time I realized what it was like to be a chick, because I got like, my package was I fucked for a long time that day. Every female that walked by me, and some males would just like eye gunned it, and then immediately to the cup bulge.
Yeah.
Hi, Vegeta. This is awkward.
Well, we hinted and teased at maybe some brand new dub flow.
Yeah, we did.
And you said you wanted to share us a little sneak peek.
Yeah, I'll share some sneak peeks, some never before heards.
Yeah. This is
Powering on. Welcome to All Tech Lansing.
Not playing it from a Bluetooth speaker or anything. But yeah, this is all, man. This is very close inner circle of friends have maybe heard some of these. So these are definitely like very unreleased, unheard first sneak peeks.
Well,
and
excited that you
man.
chose this show to share it and give us a little taste.
I mean, I'm excited you chose me to do your theme song, man. So it's like if I'm gonna like air out some stuff no one's ever heard before, I feel like this is the place to do it. I just gotta find it. Hold on. Nope. Sorry, my Google Drive is a fucking mess, man. It is so unorganized.
Mm-hmm. No big deal. I'll cut all this, clean it up.
That's where I got most of the stuff saved. Damn it. There it is. Alright, so I got one.
Might need to hold that speaker up.
Yeah. Oh, might need to connect to the speaker. Might need to.
Powering on. Welcome to All Tech Lansing.
Same biscuit, different gravy, different day, same shit. People out here mocking old spots, thinking they slick. Out here impersonating potholes, thinking they deep. We'll talk is cheap and think twice before you talking at me. Same biscuit, different gravy, different day, same shit. People out here mocking old spots, thinking they slick.
Over here trying to stretch this one that well. I got one like right around the corner.
Powering on. Welcome to All Tech Lansing.
Hey, there we are. All right, so this is my solo stuff, but it's featuring Gorilla J. It's not an Egan's Rats track though.
Right. Big difference.
Yeah, because Tracy's not on the drums, and Chris J-Bo made the beat. I don't know how this is gonna sound. I hope it sounds decent. Sounds good. Unreleased with a hook.
Same biscuit, different gravy, different day, same shit. People out here mocking oil spots, thinking they slick. Out here impersonating potholes.
Oh shit, what'd I do?
Oh,
my bad.
It's too hot.
Yeah, all right.
And they deep, we'll talk is cheap and think twice when you talking at me. Same biscuit, different gravy, different day, same shit. People out here mocking oil spots, thinking they slick. Out here impersonating potholes, thinking they deep. We'll talk is cheap and think twice when you talking at me. I know what it seems like. The grass on my side is green, right? I take a look at the rewind, analyze the freeze frame, listen to the B-sides, read every issue in between, see what you missed. In the meantime, you'll see I sacrifice weekends and weeknights, trying to analyze and spit shine these rhymes, trying to keep a keen eye, trying to write the most pristine line, trying to be bright, mimicking street lights with bars that...
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's what you get at that. So, got a minute snippet. I was gonna play Gorilla J's part, but he ain't gonna get no shine. But he's on that song.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And what Chris did the Snakes and Sparklers beat, right?
Yes.
Chris
Yeah. The thing with Snakes and Sparklers is actually like a joint venture with me and J-Bo.
Right.
So like everything on Snakes and Sparklers is produced by Chris J-Bo. So
Yeah.
Snakes and Sparklers, the self-titled track, is the first one that he had sent me a bunch of beats, and I was like, yo, I vibed to this one for sure.
Yeah.
And that's when I was talking to him. I was kind of like, yo, man, like I can sit here and pay you individually for these beats over an extended amount of time, because I didn't have a lot of money at the time. I mean, I still don't, but I didn't have enough to be buying like handfuls of beats. I was like, or we could just make a joint project, man, slap your name on it, split royalties, which we split all of it 50-50. So and then that's what it is. So it's like Chris J-Bo and Dub Flow, or
Right.
Dub Flow and Chris J-Bo percent Snakes and Sparklers. But
Right.
J-Bo busy in Arizona. He don't give a shit. He's glad I'm promoting it. Because he ain't. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, we get on one of these other ones. Though.
Yeah.
I gotta dig it out again. Sorry. These actually weren't in my drive, because this is one of the new ones. And this is another one. I feel like it's a coup de grace of mine. Probably like some of the most well written pieces I've ever written. So this is one I wasn't gonna like let slide on anybody else's project. This was gonna be my project,
Right.
On my project, and definitely one of my favorites, man. And just kind of a different vibe, but definitely a what do you mean unable to preview files? Alright, hold on, sorry. But like definitely just like a different vibe. Definitely a thinking track, man. Another one of those. Like it's definitely putting some thought into it. Poetic, man. I would go out on a limb and say it's quite poetic in ways.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I was not actually too prepared to pull these up as I thought I was. Let's just search the drive. Is the Bluetooth off again?
Powering on. Welcome to Alltech Lansing.
Alright. So anyways, like I was saying, this one's just like a different kind of vibe, man. This is a real coup de grace, I would feel, of like things that I've written. If I had to stack everything that I've written from when I started writing to where I, am now, this is going to be one of the things at the top of that stack. If not, could actually be the top of the stack, in my opinion, of things that I wrote. Like, I wrote this, and then I went back and I listened to it. And it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier, like after you listen to something so many times, you're just kind of like, man, is it cool anymore? Like, is it fire? Like, but this is one of those ones where like I still can go back and be like, yo, I'm kind of shocked I wrote that. I'm kind of shocked and it's weird too, man, because like, I don't want to say too much. It's an unreleased track, but it all keeps tying back into itself. Mm-hmm. The whole song just keeps, it all comes back to one line that's kind of said over and over. So it's not one of those, like, it doesn't have a hook either. I know a lot of these seem like they don't have hooks, and they don't. Like, it's just kind of the way I wanted to vibe on it, like focus on structure. And some people don't like it, a lot of people don't. But this doesn't have a hook, but it has like a repeating line to the point where it's kind of like because it repeats itself. But I don't know. You'll just have to listen. Check this out. One of my favorite things I've ever done. It's called Ancient. I don't know. Give me a second.
This goes out to my family and friends I hang with. Sorry if I seem vacant, sometimes make conversation. Don't do it on purpose, don't mean to do it blatantly. My mind wanders aimlessly, these demons are ancient. Forgot we were having a face-to-face, let's face it. I'm still on my same shit in a way that you can change it. People in pursuit of happiness, trying to chase it. I just wanna taste it, these demons are ancient. A pretty girl with a pretty face and a pretty fragrance. Put together all three and that seems pretty dangerous. Still waters run deep, but the undercurrent's racing. When I'm in deep thought, then I'm pacing. These demons are ancient.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You get another minute out, and it's like coming off right at a minute.
Right. So you get.
And I kind of hope to cut that off at that point where there was like a suspense point. Like now you're like, fuck, I want to hear the rest of the song. I hope that's the feeling that you got listening to that.
Yeah, man.
Because that's one of my favorite ones that I wrote, man. And like I said, it's called Ancient. I'm going to be trying to release that sooner than later. All these other, I got a couple things that I'm sitting on, man, that I'm trying to release sooner than later. But,
yeah.
I'm trying to get like a video for one of them going. And
well, we got a whole lot of talented friends doing videos and stuff, so I'm sure we'll make that happen.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to look into getting it done quicker than I have.
But yeah, man.
I really like that track, man. Like, that's definitely one of the deep cuts from the soul, and like I said, just the thinking, and like I said too, it's one of the ones where I can look back and go, damn, like I wrote that. So it's something I'm proud of, I guess I should say. Yeah. Instead of fucking what they call it, pussyfoot and run the bush. I'm proud of it, all right? Yeah. That's what you wanted to hear it? Yeah. I think I'm proud of it.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, man, I'm
not proud of a lot of my shit, to be honest, man. But that one I'm proud of. Like that one I'll be like, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah. That's I mean, I feel like that's just the artist in us, It's like we all, like we talked about earlier, being our own worst critic and stuff. Yeah. Like we, it's easy for us to tear apart our own stuff, like thinking it's all trash or whatever. But it's like, I don't know, man. There's something really, special, powerful about putting some of that stuff out into the world and just letting it open to interpretation. And like you're saying, even that guy and brother drove in from, out of state to see you and stuff. I mean, like, you don't know what kind of impact it's making on somebody else's day, It's like, I don't know, I've told the story, but I've had moments like that even doing this show, man. I get to telling stories on here, and I've had friends come on the show, and then I got an email once from a woman. She's like, they were telling a story, and it was about her dad who had passed, and like, made her day to hear these stories and stuff, and like, and stuff like that. And it's like you just never know who's on the other end listening and stuff. So I think that's the cool thing about, just continuing to create, even if it's not maybe your best, and maybe good enough for somebody else, like who needs it at that moment and stuff. So
I think that's the beautiful thing about any kind of art, man, is because we as the ones who make it know where every imperfection and flaw is, and that's why we don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't seem like it was done by a professional or up to that standard, and that's because we don't know where those flaws and think. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know where the flaws in the Starry Night are. Like only Van Gogh knows where those are. You know what I'm saying? Like we all know where the flaws are in the Picasso, but that's the point. But I think that's the beautiful thing about art is the flaws in it, and we see it, we don't like it, but other people like it.
Right.
They find it to be beautiful. They don't see the flaws, they overlook them. And that's something like how we should treat each other. You know what I'm saying? We should overlook the flaws that we see in ourselves, because other people, probably think we're beautiful when we don't.
Look at that, man. Getting deep on this.
Yeah, the philosophy. I played ancient, man. This is the deep cuts, the thinking music. Definitely, man. I do like to get a little deep, man. Get a little philosophical from time to time.
Yeah.
I like to wax it and wane it from time to time.
Well, you get plugged in with Dubflow on your socials. You got Egan's Rats also on your Facebook and Instagram. And again, come on out on July 16th. Catch Dub over at Pops for the Beyond FM party, and you can catch Egan's Rats on July 23rd at the Rock Paper Podcast 8th birthday party, 1000 episode.
Yes, sir, at Off Broadway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Like I said again, beautiful venue, man. Like I never got to go beforehand before the renovation, so I can't dare to compare it, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The patio's jumping, man. We had a great time.
Yeah. So I can't wait for this. And so come on out and join us. Again, tickets $10. And but this has been a fun chat, man. We covered a lot of ground, a lot of different stuff. But
whole bunches.
It was long overdue. I'm really glad we did this today.
Man, we did cover a lot of ground, man. Did we not? Like looking back on it, like we talked about upcoming stuff. We got song snippets of unreleased music that I've only let certain friends hear. Not even all my friends have heard that, man. Like they're probably, if they listen to this podcast, are like, what the fuck, man? Like you ain't even let me hear that.
All right.
We got me spitting raps over Running Up the Hill by K. Bush, bro. Like probably first rapper to do it. I'll bet nipples to tits right now that I'm the first rapper to do it. I'll bet you nipples to tits. Take me up on it, man. And then all the shows. We covered a lot of ground, man.
Yeah. Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles, man. To Bill and Ted.
Before we do get out of here, there are a couple of questions. I want to throw these on here too for you. I've been having fun with these and get your take on some of these. But obviously, I think we may even ask this for you, but maybe we'll get a different answer today. But we got Dubflow action figure. What would you like to see as your 3 accessories to go with your action figure?
Oh man, dude, that is rough and tough. Definitely nunchucks, number one. Nunchucks are on the bill for sure. Man, I feel like I need like some kind of mask or helmet or something. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of like costume accessory for sure. Just for the fun of it. Just because as a kid, I loved to toy with a helmet or a mask. Like that's for me. And then other people, if they like it. So like definitely nunchucks and a mask or a helmet or something. Number 3, what would be the third one?
Or maybe do you have a pull string quote you would like to?
I guess I should probably have like a microphone, right? Like or something that signifies that most people know me for music. Or I just feel like a microphone's a cliche accessory. You know, like, I'm pretty sure April O'Neil came with a microphone. People might think I'm a reporter. Damn.
April O'Neil.
Maybe like a boombox or something. You know what I'm saying? Like just keep it just the music aspect.
Right.
Hopefully, if they're buying a Dub Flow toy, they know I do. They're just like, oh, I'm just a fan of Dub Flow
and nunchucks.
Yeah.
All right. What about a fictional band you would love to see live? Like, is there from cartoons or movies or TV or anything that you?
Damn, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are coming with the brain busters this time. I know, like, I'm gonna like sit over here and like try to think of one really quick.
Well,
but I know, like, I'm gonna say something, and later I'm gonna be like, "Man, that would have been such a better answer. Like, why didn't I think of that?"
I feel like I might have one for you that might be right up your alley. But I thought of this the other day. Powerline.
Oh yeah, Powerline, dude! That Powerline concert,
if I could see Powerline, that'd be fun.
That would definitely. Oh, I don't know if I can think of one to top that. Like, because now I'm just geeked to be like, dude, yeah, it'd be sick to go to a Powerline concert.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. This one, Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem. That would be.
Yeah, that would be a sick concert.
Or Wild Stallions.
Oh, Wild Stallions! I see. I haven't even thought of that, man. Yeah, you're on this.
I mean, I've been asking for a while. So
okay.
These are all
ones people.
I've been thinking about it, and like I'm like, man, those would be fun shows to see some of these guys live and real.
The Beats from Doug. My old lady just threw that out there. That'd be dope to see the Beats from Doug.
Yeah, that. I mean, I don't know. It's just funny to think about, like, what getting to actually see these live.
Like, I'm trying to go like deep crate, man. Like, I'm trying to think of like Cartoon Network, old 90s. Like, I don't want to say I want to go see Josie and the Pussycats. Maybe Jabberjaws. Maybe. To see a shark play drums seems pretty fucking impressive. just that alone's worth ticket admission. Like,
yeah, man.
Damn, that's a really good question.
Well, write in with your favorite fictional band you'd like to see. Like, let's get some other answers in there.
I'm nervous now. These are brain busters.
Yeah. I don't know. These are all just ridiculous, like, things
Play
to think about.
again. I get the thinking cap back up.
All right. What about we've mentioned a lot of different titles in this episode. Is there a certain movie or TV show world you wish you were in? Is there like a? Oof. Do you often think about I
mean, lately I've been geeking hard on Star Wars, man. So I would definitely kind of like to be. I wouldn't even have to be a Mandalorian, man. I could be like a smuggler, you know what I'm saying? Be like a Han Solo type scoundrel character, you know? Like, I think I could pull that off.
Just hanging out in that.
A little bit of swag and a cantina.
The cantina, yeah.
Yeah, listen to that same song over and over. It's a bop. Yeah, I think I could definitely go with Star Wars. I don't know, man. There's a lot I could definitely hop into, though, man. Like, I would, definitely like any kind of like Marvel universe would be tight. But then I guess I would just be like a normal dude, you know? Like, I'd have to be like, I want to be a superhero in the Marvel universe. But I guess it would still be cool to just be in a universe of superheroes.
Yeah,
you know?
That's like one of my like biggest like bucket list things. Like, not necessarily Super Marvel or whatever, but just being a dude in like a small like cameo, like just one line or just like kind of thing. So I just
watched
your
Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah, I just watched Doctor Strange. And the
the multiverse of madness?
Yeah. So just watch that, and
it was good. I liked it.
Bruce Campbell has a small cameo.
A
hot dog cart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's all I want, just one.
Then they ended off with that. Oh, spoiler! Right. Sorry, shit. They ended off with that cameo too.
Yeah. But it was a great. Obviously, Sam Raimi directed it. Yeah. Going all the way back to Evil Dead and everything. So. Him and Bruce Campbell are good friends, and it was cool to see him throw him a cameo in there, and
it'd be kind of cool to be in the Stranger Things universe too, since we were talking about that earlier, which is another ground we covered a lot on. Just to get down in that creepy, because I like to think I'm a detective, bro. For real, me and the old lady went and did like a detective thing around. We had like Garrett and Antonio and them come with us, bro. Everybody thought it was somebody else, bro. I knew who it was. I was like, nah, this was right here, and this is why. And who it turned out to be that? I'm a detective, man.
Well, that's some of those pictures from Keith, in your jacket, and you're looking for like a detective and stuff.
Yeah, my old smoking jacket. So like our Power Rangers would be cool.
Yeah.
So like you get a cool company outfit.
And a great theme song.
You get a cool company vehicle in the shape of a prehistoric dinosaur.
Right.
That seems like a sweet gig.
Yeah, man. That was huge on Power Rangers.
It's kind of weird though, right? When you think about it, like it's like you're gonna put the hands into teenagers, specifically with attitude. Don't get just some regular ass teenagers. We need someone with some sass.
Yeah.
And we need ones that are willing to skip school and jump people. That's where the attitude comes in. Zordon and Alpha were kind of like gang recruiters, right? Like if they had all been wearing the same color,
all right,
it should have been questionable. We just started considering about the power and the Ranger and that seeming a little, I don't know, you know, on the fence, a little racy.
That's a good conspiracy theory right there. All right, last one. Let's. All right, you got. What would you like to see for yourself as like maybe a dream duet or collaboration? Is there?
Oof.
Who's the one you think you would love to work with?
I know we talked about it earlier. How I do bump a lot of Aesop Rock, so I would definitely would love that. Okay,
that's the one. Yeah.
I would like to say it would probably be Aesop Rock, man. Like if I had to go out on a limb and be like, yo, that would be dope. But like I know there's definitely other ones like I feel like I'd come back later and be like, man, I should have said. Should have said.
Well, that's what's kind of fun about the show. It's just a timestamp today. These answers always change.
Right.
I mean, whatever we're.
It's just that's when you know it's a good question, man. When you're just like, man, I know there's other stuff that I could probably be like, ooh, but like right now, off the top of the head, probably Aesop Rock, or maybe Kate Bush.
Yeah. Kate, you listening?
Yeah, we might have already kind of hit it halfway today. Like,
right.
Come do your part. Pull your weight. This hill.
Let's make that happen.
Right. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Vanilla Ice, man. Like if I could Ninja Rap too.
I'm tagging them all on this.
I would love to be a Ninja Rap too, man. That would be like a nostalgia thing for me. Like everybody could hate it. I would fucking love it. And maybe that might be the time I do roll around bumping my own shit. I'm just like, you know what this is?
In my 5.0.
This is Ninja Rap 2.
We're rolling in my 5.0. Well, brother, this has been an incredible night. Thank you for having me over.
Thanks for having me on the show,
Thanks for all you do. Like I said, I love the theme song. I'm rocking my Michael Bivins shirt right now.
I do too, man. I love that theme song. So, to be honest, man, I don't get to listen to every show, but I listen to every 5 minutes of every show to see if people talk about the theme song afterwards. To be like, hey, that was a really cool theme song you guys did.
Yeah.
They don't do it too often.
No.
It's fine, man, because I still like it.
All right.
The harmonica, man.
This is the harmonica.
Gold, man. Yeah. Shout out to Mike, man.
Yeah.
Michael Bivins, man, because he killed that, man.
So,
killed that whole beat.
Yeah.
With the harmonica.
Yep.
Gold.
That was just
chef's kiss.
That was just a super fun project to work on with you guys, and I'm glad it came out as great as it did. And I
did too, man. I had a lot of fun with it. And you kind of tell in some of them bar schemes and rhymes that I'm just out there goofing with it, man, and it came out great.
Well,
like
that's
you
what
can just have fun with it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Gold.
And out of that came little Shaney T-shirts.
Yeah, gold.
All these dumb ideas. It's just it's funny to. And I said that today, man. Like we posted that silly poster of me as Big Show, and I'm like, I just love that I can make these dumb ideas and they make them reality and stuff. I got talented friends that like take it and run with it and stuff. But yeah. So
speaking of, man, the first chick fronted band to start Lil Debbie and the Double Decker Fudge Rounds Rolling Around Towns.
Yeah.
You got my nod of approval.
Where's that band at? Yeah.
Lil Debbie and the Fudge Rounds does sound like a cool band, though, right? It's a cool band name.
Well, it's time. We got that trademarked right here, right now. So,
now, yep.
You heard it here first.
Timestamp Kanye.
But yeah, buddy, I'm excited to rock with you again at the show. So come join us, and free high fives for everybody. So
everybody, man, free high fives.
Well, thanks, man.
Maybe with both hands.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.
Later.